How are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Hump Day. It is a Hump Day. Happy chat time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Valerie Renee Shepherd, founder and CEO of the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self Mastery. Yes, Dr. Valerie is in the house. Dr. Valerie is in the house, and I'm grateful to have you in the house too. Yay! I hope your day, whatever time of day you're experiencing right now, whether you're watching the hashtag replay or you're joining me live, thank you for being here. And greetings, greetings. Right now, in this moment, choose to make this a powerfully wonderful day for yourself. Choose for that to be the experience that you have. Accept it. Like, you will hear me say something that I truly believe that for those who are ready, who are, and the posture of readiness is a leaning forward in that receiving, in the space of give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Dear friend of mine, Dr. Sean Duperrin says, give it to me, baby. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Shouting out to Dr. Sean, yes, give it to me, baby. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Like, come on, lay that good juju on me. Create in me the space for the expansion into an even better, whatever that is. From wherever you start, I guarantee you there's more possible. There's more possible. So welcome, welcome, welcome to the Hump Day Happy Chat. I spend anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes, sometimes 40. Yep, I can talk. Sometimes 40, but sometimes the concepts just want more breath. They want more energy. They want more opportunity to blossom into a teaching that would serve you and support you to have the kind of life that you really, really, truly love to live. And that is my purpose. That is my service. That's what I'm committed to doing, to using my voice, to using my voice to be a channel for light and love and peace and joy and harmony and freedom and delight and love. Love. Love, love, love. My favorite four-letter word. Although I can say some others too. My favorite four-letter word. So good morning, good evening, good afternoon. And if you're joining us where it's in the deep of the night, thank you for being here. So awesome. So really quickly on self-mastery. Self-mastery is the concept of mastering yourself in your life so that you can exquisitely manage whatever your life brings your way. Whatever your life brings your way. And today we're going to be talking about interesting things that our lives can bring our way in this concept of your past. Is your past life holding you back? Hump Day Happy Chat number 208. Is your past life holding you back? And I'm excited that not only is this happy chat an opportunity to share some wisdom with you, but we even have a sneeze is coming. Excuse me. Excuse me. Uh-oh. Okay. Is number 3 coming? Number 3? 1, 2. Okay, it doesn't feel like it. Moving on from the little sneezy spot. Don't you love it when those things happen? You got your best laid plans and then whoopsie daisy. So, and we'll talk about that in a second because of course it happened perfectly for me. So there's always more available to you to help you have everything that you want. There's always, and I mean always, more. There's always more. It's just a matter of being in the space of, hello, more, I'm over here. It's being in the space of receptivity, of being in the space of curiosity, of being in the space of where you have interpretive expansionness going on. Expansionness? I think the word's expansiveness. What a morning this is. How wonderful. Expansiveness. Interpretive expansiveness means you're willing to look at your situation from a number of different perspectives. And the perspectives, by doing that, you open yourselves up to, oh, I didn't think of it that way. Oh, I never saw it through that lens. Oh, how magnificent that this is happening for me at this time, in this way. Glory, hallelujah. What more is possible? By the way, that's what the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self-Mastery is all about. It's about creating in you, helping you to create in you the space to receive all the possibilities that would take you higher, higher and higher and higher and higher, deeper into the who of you are, the who you are, and higher into your consciousness, raising your vibration, raising your vantage point to give you the opportunity to see how much more is possible, and then to choose it and live it and love it and learn from it and do it again. Yay. Okay, so today I want to talk about this question. Is your past life holding you back? And some of you out there are so into the past life stuff, as am I, that you're maybe even investigating past lives, right? Past lives. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here. Past lives. If you know you have a past life experience, you know it, type in the comments maybe what yours is about, what you think. I'm pretty aware of several different ones of my own. So the concept of a past life comes from this body of knowledge called reincarnation. This philosophical or religious concept that the non-physical essence of a living being, the non-physical essence, the essential nature. So in my book, that's your magnificent essence. I also call that the soul. I also call that the eternal, immortal manifestation of divine love that we are. That essential nature, when the body is finished with the lifetime, that essential nature continues on. Hence, eternal and immortal. And it begins a new life in a different physiological form, a different physical body after the other body's biological death. I find it fascinating. I find it liberating. I find it very liberating to be in the space of, I've been here before, and to be in the space of, I wonder what my past versions might tell my present version about, I don't know, what's really fun, what's really cool, what more could be possible. Notice a theme here. What more is possible? I'm sort of bored with living from fear. I've done that a long time. I probably have another PhD in that. Wanting security and safety because there was fear in me. And I know some of that fear that was in me comes from epigenetically the ancestors, comes from my immortal self being in another physical incarnation a long, 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 long time ago. And I'm sort of bored with dancing and playing with the fear. It's not really, it doesn't give me anything. And I'm so right now, my life is all about surprise and delight. Like I'm on a quest. How much surprise and delight can one being have? That's what I'm about. I encourage and invite you to come along. It is the funnest ride I've ever had. So past lives, past life regression, all that body of work and knowledge, I love. I love to dabble in it. I'm not an expert. I'm a purchaser thereof. I'm a seeker thereof. I have people who support me to do that exploration, and I encourage and invite you, when you're ready to do that, if you're ever ready to do that, to work with someone who knows how to do that. A learned intermediary. I love learned intermediaries because they make things faster, smoother, and oftentimes more fun. And I can't tell you how important fun is to your life. Today, I'm not going to be speaking about past life regressions and past lives. That's not my purpose today. Because today, there's something else that's coming up in this body of idea called past life. And today I'll be speaking about the more universal concept of past life, which is the past part of the life you're living right now. That past life. How is that past life holding you back? The past part of the life that you're living right now. Yes, I bet some of you took a, that too can be a place for liberation of that essential nature that you are, or it can be a trap and a prison for that essential, eternal, immortal nature that you are. You did not come here to live imprisoned in ideas that no longer serve you, to live imprisoned in memories that no longer serve you, to live imprisoned in belief systems that no longer serve you, to live imprisoned in perspectives, interpretations, anything you want to call it, from the past life that you're living right now, the past of this life. You didn't come here for that. It's time to free yourself. It's time to first notice what. So self-mastery. The first pillar of the 3 pillars is self-awareness. Self-awareness entails you understanding that very question. Am I being held back by my past? The very question. What past life am I living right now? The very question. Where am I right now? Am I in the present moment of the current life I'm living, or am I off somewhere else? I'm not saying it's bad or wrong to be off somewhere else. Believe me, I dance with all of it. Notice the word dance, meaning being a little bit more like the butterfly dancing on the breeze, the hummingbird dancing into the flower for some nectar. Passing through my past life, my past experiences in this life, to see what they have for me, see what they offer me, see what they came to teach me. And then moving back to where my power resides. And the power in any life is in the present moment, where my intention and my attention can come together to create something in the here and now that I find fun, delicious, juicy, loving, sweet, harmonious, filled with peace, emanating joy, and enfolding me in love. That's where your power is. So, exploring this past, whether you're doing the previous version of past life, meaning when your soul was incarnated elsewhere, or you're doing the one that I'm going to talk about the most today, which is the past of the life you're currently living, the whole idea is that you remember, regardless of what's happening back there. Let me change that. Regardless of what happened back there, what's happening right here is where your focus allows you the most expansiveness. Where you're focused in the present, you allow yourself the most opportune experiences in the present. You can take advantage of everything that's showing up. When we are anchored in a past situation, because we're anchored there, our perspectives, our interpretations, our conditioning, all of those things get in the way. We have blinders on. We can't even see what's calling to us in the present moment because of how we're anchored in a time that's already been lived, in a time that's holding nothing for us in the present moment. How is this resonating for you? If it's resonating, if you're like, oh, I'm getting this, I'm seeing myself, having taken myself out of what is possible now because I'm in the past. And if you're in the past of yesterday, how many of you do this? You had a conversation yesterday, you wake up feeling like, ugh, I wish I hadn't said that. Ugh, I wish I hadn't walked out. I wish I'd stayed and talked a little bit more. And then, that's regret. And then, you start running through the tapes. Wow, when he said this, or when she said that, or when they looked at me this way, or when I had an opportunity, and you start replaying it. It's okay to say, yep, that's me, I've done it. You cannot shift what you're unwilling to acknowledge. If you want your lives to be different, you have to make different choices to create a different experience in your life. I don't know any other way. You could maybe be famous enough that someone plays you in a movie, and then you could maybe change up the script and see how it could be different. But living your life, if you want it to be different, to feel different, to have different little ending stories and sidebars and, call out quotes, if you want your life to be that animated, you got to change up. You got to change up. You got to make a choice to change up. What's that Einstein quote about insanity? Is doing the same thing over and over, but expecting a different outcome, a different result. Can't happen. Oops. Another Einstein perspective that comes right into the wheelhouse of what we're talking now is you cannot create solutions with the same consciousness that created the problem. Interesting. What does that have to do with this? Percolate on that for a while. Chew on that. Let's say you had a situation in the past of this life, and you're trying to come at a similar situation with the same consciousness that tried to deal with it earlier in your life. How does that serve you? That's called reliving the past. None of this is necessarily easy to implement, but the steps are pretty simple. It's pretty simple to catch yourself out of yourself. It's pretty simple to catch yourself out of the present moment. So exploring your past is a great way to understand yourself better, understand, why am I doing this? Oh, I've got some conditioned patterns of belief and behavior that have really got a hook in me, and I do it this way because I've always done it this way and I don't know any better, and I've even started to believe this is who I am. This is who I am. So despite getting insights from the past, the key to actually benefiting from whatever insights your past has available to you is offering to you, the key to actually benefiting from this relationship with your past, your exploration, is remembering that it has to be applied in the present moment. That's where your life is unfolding. Today is in the present moment. Otherwise, what you risk is what we ask in the title. Is your past life holding you back? And by that I mean everything you're being today is the same as what you were being in your past. The past experiences of this life have got such a hold on you that that's what you do. That's who you be. That's how you think. That's how you solve problems. That's what you think everybody should be doing. That's how you create your standards. It's all based on you being more in your past experiences of this lifetime than in the present moment actually living this lifetime. So I acknowledge, and boy oh boy, when this realization came to me and I started to look at, is that me or is that something else? When I really allowed myself the eyes to see, the ears to hear, and the heart to receive from myself, about myself, when I really started going, okay, wait a second. This isn't other people, which I was good at blaming. Who I was good at blaming. This is Valerie. This is coming from inside me. There's some interpretive distortion going on. There's some perspective that's coming through a lens that is a little off center, off kilter, not very clear, a muddy lens. So I understand the deep connection we can have to the past that we had, the traumas that can get so rooted in us that we live today preventing that trauma from ever happening again. And we may even take on careers that are rooted in the fact that we had the trauma and we're committed to making sure no one else has the trauma like we did. I mean, truth be told, when I got started in what I'm doing now, it was because I came to a realization that I wish I had had a much deeper understanding of who I am and how the world works, and had spent a lot more time in the concepts that I'm dealing with today around self-mastery when I was a tyke, when I was in college. And I wonder what decisions might have been different and what liberation I might have felt and what I would have done in that space of freedom. And so, boom, that's an experience of, wow, I wish I'd known that then. And now that I do, I'm going to do something with it to serve others to not get where I am today. So I get it. And there are positive manifestations and permutations thereof. Noticing what wasn't working in the past, finding out what works, and then sharing that. And there are not so positive manifestations of a contracted life. We may all know at least one person who's contracted into a space that is created by fear, lack of faith, lack of trust, lack of self-esteem, lack of belief in confidence, self-confidence, lack of courage. It's not bad. It's not wrong. It's not good. It's not evil. It just is. We are creatures of our conditioning if we don't become creatures of something else. If we don't look at our conditioning and determine if it's really serving us. This is not about denigrating the parents. This is not about talking about all of our upbringings being bad. It has nothing to do with that. That's a waste of energy. I'd rather put my energy into just a simple evaluation. Is the things that I'm bringing in from the past experiences in this lifetime, are they serving me to have the kind of experience that I want now, in the here and now, where there are all the possibilities are wide open? Is it serving me that I'm only seeing a little bit of the possibilities because the perspectives from the past have closed everything out, and I have tunnel vision created from the past? And it's the same. People often ask me, why do you say that? Is that true? It's the same for when you've got really wonderful experiences and people don't want to let go of their memories, and they don't want to let go of that little tchotchke because it's attached to that memory. And boy, do I have some tchotchkes. I used to have, until just about 2 months ago, a robust, like couple hundred Santas. I had a Santa Claus collection, and I bought each Santa in the Christmas season each year. And sometimes they were when I was in Germany for Christmas, or another time when I'm in Aruba for Christmas, and another time when I'm in North Carolina for Christmas. And all of these Santas had memories attached to them, reminding me of the specialness of that moment. They're beautiful, and I loved them, and I loved getting them out of their little boxes and crates and wrapping paper and putting them around my house and surrounding myself with my past experiences of purchasing and loving on my Santa collection. So it can be very much the same for positive experiences, where we don't want to let them go because they remind us of positive things. And that was a time when, oh my gosh, remember how much laughter we were having? You know where else I do this? New Year's Eve, y'all. I've never had a New Year's Eve in the present live up to the memory that I created from one in the past. It's never happened. Because I'm so mired in the past, I'm not really actually seeing all the opportunities in the present. And so I'm kind of like, well, I wanted it to be so much more. Well, yeah, I wanted it to match the past, and I didn't allow it to be magnificent in its own right in the present. So it doesn't have to be a traumatic experience that keeps us in a prison of the past. It can also be the joy and the fun and the excitement and the adventure. I mean, need I say Tom Brady? I don't know for a fact, but that's an example. When I hear that he's coming back out of retirement over and over, that's exactly what I feel. It's exactly what I feel. Stuck in the magnificence of past experiences in this lifetime, and not wanting to let go of what more is possible from being in that. Not good or bad or right or wrong. It just is. It's an opportunity to investigate. How is this for me? How is this for me? So here's the bottom line. One of the ways to stay really focused in the present is to express gratitude for what's happening in the present. No matter what's happening in the present, the appreciation of the present, while at the same time you're reframing your relationship with the past, your past experiences in this lifetime, is how you live in the present moment, getting the benefits of your past experiences, no matter what they were, and building on them to create even more magnificence in your life. It requires such present moment, pure focus on who you're being, not the situational dynamics as much as who you're being. What are you choosing? So here are a couple steps, okay? When you notice that you're not in the here and now, some signals that you're not in the here and now, what you're thinking about, what you're ruminating about, what you're fighting with, what you're protecting yourself from isn't here. There's no person who was a perpetrator actually in front of you right now. The dynamic is not happening in this present moment. That's the first and the easiest way, is that you call yourself into the question, am I in my head reliving something, or is it really happening now? So you can practice this. One of the tools that I use with my students and clients is to play a song that brings up emotion in you. Play a song that brings up emotion in you. For me, that song is the Beatles' Imagine. And listen to the lyrics and notice what happens to you on certain aspects of that song. I love doing it because when we turn off the song and we debrief, I get all kinds of information. Well, that sentence made me think of, and then whatever came after of wasn't in the present moment. And it gave us an opportunity to say, none of that's happening right now. Beautiful song. Love that it took you there. I mean, to me, that's one of the measures of beautiful art. It transports me. So that's not good or bad or right or wrong. It just is. So you're transported, and you have to remember and notice you've been transported, and come back to the present and manage your life from that space. Try that. It's a very cool thing to see. And then you can go into, where was I transported? And you can dissect that. Wow. Why is this important to me? What's the sadness represent? Why is this being triggered in me? Notice the word trigger. It's not making me feel a certain way. The feeling's inside me, and that exterior thing pushed my button. Oh, there's some interesting language. That exterior thing pushed my button. So, to notice when you're not in the here and now, you just have to lift your head up and go, oh, is something triggering a memory? Something triggering a memory. Breathe. And then allow yourself to come into relationship with whatever that is. Excuse me. To come into relationship with whatever that is. This has been a coffee sneezy whatever. Can you feel my voice? It's pretty funny. Something's happening, y'all. Okay. Come into relationship with whatever that is. So like if I'm driving and I notice, I'm driving this multi-thousand-pound vehicle in traffic and I'm not present. So the first thing I do is notice things that are around me that can only be happening in the here and now. So I will call out the colors of cars. I will say, I'm just passing a street sign. Oh, a white car just passed me on the left. I'm coming up on exit number 23. That's a way that I call myself back in. Another tool that I use is I say my name and I call back all of my life force energy from anywhere in the universe I may have left it throughout the history of time. I am Valerie Renee Shepherd, and I call back all of my life force energy to me now. All of my life force energy from anywhere I've left it in the universe is with me now. I am fully whole, fully here in the present moment. That's another technique you can use. I love the feeling of that, how solid I feel, how grounded I feel. You can go outside in nature and touch a tree, pick up a piece of grass. Listen for bird song. Feel the wind. Nature is a beautiful tool for pulling you back into what is happening here and now. There are lots of things that you can do, but you have to wake up Wake up. Wake up to the fact that you're not present in order to be in an action to pull you back into the present. Then you can go into this idea of, what is this past doing? Why does it keep coming up? Why am I so enamored with it? Why am I hanging on to it? When I got clear that the Santas were actually just a way for me to remember how much I love Christmas and to decorate my place in a way that made me feel good, I really got clear. I don't need the Santas to do that. I could have no decorations on my wall or in my house and just sit here and tell myself how precious I am to me and how much I loved all those Santas and how much joy they brought me that is still with me. And then I can be in the present moment looking for, expecting, and ready to receive the joy that's here right now. Maybe that's a different kind of Santa. Maybe that's just the fresh air. Maybe that's a prayer, a meditation, a chant. Maybe that's a good movie. Whatever that is, it's happening now. So getting to know the past, and here's the most important question. What did you come to teach me? Whatever experience that was, good or bad, whatever label you want to put on it. You could be in a neutral zone of, I'm just going to go ask that experience what it came to teach me, for me, from me, to me, about me. And the more you go into, I got it, I understand now, and take that insight and bring it into the present moment, the less that past experience will have to push your buttons to get your attention, to poke, 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 poke. I even suggest you ask that thing, that circumstance, that memory, whatever that was. You ask it for help. You ask it proactively. Tell me what you came here for, because I'd really like to be in the present moment and move on. Declare your freedom. I declare myself free from you. And then you come up with a replacement. You put a replacement in its place. Something in the present moment that allows you to be your most clear, powerful being in the present moment. Pretty cool. And the other thing that's going to be pretty cool is happening with exactly what we've been talking about, to a lesser extent, all focused on this, but as a part of a beautiful awakening and expansion and clarity in your life, is the Glow Up experience in Chalabre in the south of France, May 29th to June 4th, 2023. You'll see more posted under this video. You can go to glowupworld.com and learn all about it. It's a very intimate setting for 10 people only. And there are spots are going, and so there are spaces left, and we'd love it if you feel like this is something that could serve you. Get in touch. We'd love to have a conversation and see if it's right for you. This might not be the right time. It might not be the right intervention or activity to support you where you are. And we wouldn't want you to have an experience that doesn't serve you. So here we are at the end of today's Hump Day Happy Chat, which I always close with the Karanaya Metta Sutra. And in the present moment, I choose the Karanaya Metta Sutra as well. Maybe one day I won't. I love it right here. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be safe. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. Your true nature is peace, love, joy, and freedom, liberation from your past. Freedom to expand and to move and to shake and to jiggle and to laugh and to have fun and to love in the present moment. Emotional freedom is what we're talking about, not geopolitical. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature, and may all beings be free. Yay. Thank you so much for joining me. We love comments, we love questions, and of course we love likes and thumbs ups. And if you feel so called, please share. You could be the gift in someone else's life right now where they're looking for clarity. They're looking to increase their consciousness. They're looking. And your little share could be just what they need to find. Thank you so much. Many blessings. Bye now.